Humiliated FIFA president Gianni Infantino accepts defeat in controversial plot to sell the World Cup in embarrassing U-turn. Now he is in a fight to save his job. Gianni Infantino has been humiliated after his plan to sell stakes in the World Cup died, thanks to the heroics of UEFA, CONCACAF, the AFC, and 2 members of the FIFA hierarchy. While it appears the FIFA president will at least try to fight on to save his job, the Swiss football administrator has abandoned his proposal to sell £3.1 billion, 1 BN, in shares in FIFA tournaments to private investors. Infantino said, "The FIFA Forward Enterprise project was intended to provide a basis for further strengthening our FIFA member associations and our sport worldwide, especially in those countries where support is most needed. And more so, as we said from the outset, to do this only if a majority of the FIFA member associations were in support and always subject to a consultation process with them, the FIFA Council, the Confederations, and wider stakeholders."
Get ready for a fitness upgrade. Featuring cutting-edge technology and high-precision sensors and tracking on the free VSync app, the eTech City Smart Fitness Scale is your platform for success. The scale provides 13 essential biometrics, complete with helpful data graphs on the VSync app, all viewable on your personal profile. The scale handles all kinds of shapes and sizes and is safe for the whole family to use, at home or on the go.
Ready to order? Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/9.
Should football's biggest tournaments ever be open to private investment and ownership, Gianni Infantino waves goodbye to his unilateral plans for private investment in FIFA. Infantino had hoped to create a new enterprise with significant investment from Joshua Kushner, pictured, brother of Jared, Donald Trump's son-in-law. As a senior advisor to the FIFA president, a former banker, and a lifelong football fan, I cannot stand by while FIFA considers selling a stake in the World Cup. Let me be clear, I had no involvement in this proposal, and I oppose it unequivocally. It is a bad deal for FIFA's member associations, a bad deal for football, and a bad deal for the long-term future of the game. Selling a permanent stake in football's most valuable asset to raise $4.2 billion makes little sense. It is mortgaging football's future without any compelling justification. Most troubling of all is the absence of answers to fundamental questions. What will investors ultimately gain, and at what cost to football? It has been the privilege of a lifetime to serve FIFA for more than 5 years and to work alongside dedicated, principled people who care deeply about the game. I hope they, too, will speak up, because decisions of this magnitude should be made in the interests of football, not those who stand to profit from it. Having listened carefully to all the views, it has become clear that the project has created divisions of a nature that, regardless of the level of support, are no longer in the interest of the objective set out in the first place. Our purpose has always been, and will always be, to unite and improve. As a result, this proposal will not proceed. Moving forward, my intent is to bring all interested parties back together in the coming days and weeks in the spirit of shared interest in our game, and with the objective to continue growing football everywhere, and particularly in those countries that mostly need our support. The statement marks an embarrassing U-turn for Infantino. Less than 24 hours after he attempted to clarify his plans, blaming the media for misconstruing them. On Friday, the AFC became the third confederation to reject Gianni Infantino's proposal to raise private capital for the commercial and operational management of FIFA tournaments. The decision followed CONCACAF's rejection on Thursday and came after UEFA announced a boycott of FIFA competitions. New Zealand football also objected to the plans, despite the OFC delaying a continent-wide response. One international football insider told Daily Mail Sport, "UEFA's response is at the nuclear button end of the spectrum, which is impressive. We thought Infantino would survive the Trump refereeing intervention, but he has overreached this time." According to Sky News, UEFA are also thought to have asked for binding assurances that FIFA will never again open its governance or competitions to private ownership, to end their boycott. It became clear on Friday afternoon that Infantino did not have the support to proceed with his plans, with the opposing nations rising to a staggering 135-64% of the FIFA membership. The proposal appeared to reach a terminal stage when Carlos Cordero, senior advisor to Gianni Infantino, announced his resignation from FIFA, becoming the first internal dissident. 6 hours later, FIFA's chief operating officer, Kevin Lammer, turned against the president, risking his job by criticizing the plans and calling on nations to dethrone Infantino. Lammer admitted FIFA Forward Enterprise was the brainchild of one person, as he landed a critical blow to the FIFA president. Carlos Cordero quit as an advisor to Gianni Infantino Center on Friday. What has been announced in recent days and what has been happening behind the scenes in recent months defies belief and imagination. To put it very clearly and directly, the project that has sparked so much controversy and debate is not a FIFA project. It is even less a project of FIFA's administration. FIFA's own administration was deceived. Not only must this project not go ahead, but the time has now come for football political leaders to ask themselves the right questions and make the right decisions. Because it is becoming increasingly difficult for FIFA's administration to work under these conditions, not to serve the personal interests of a person who, unfortunately, believes he embodies FIFA when he is supposed to be at its service. A president must bring people together, unite them, and inspire them. Today, we are experiencing the opposite. I have no authority to speak on behalf of my colleagues, and perhaps I am mistaken. But my feeling is that we all want to be proud to work for FIFA, and today, unfortunately, it seems that is no longer the case for many of us. The ball is now in the court of those who have the power to change things. I know I have a duty of loyalty to my employer, but I also, and above all, have a duty of loyalty to certain values and to the upbringing I have received, and a duty to support my colleagues. And if that means I lose my job, then so be it. I will understand and respect that decision. At least I'll sleep well tonight. Infantino had hoped to create a new enterprise with significant investment from Joshua Kushner, brother of Jared, Donald Trump's son-in-law. Morgan were advising on potential investors. Democratic Senator Ron Wyden, who leads an investigation into Jared Kushner, said on Friday, "Soccer fans around the world are rightfully outraged by this scheme from Infantino and Joshua Kushner to turn the World Cup into just another commodity for private equity to buy up. It seems clear from the global backlash that this corrupt plan is unlikely to succeed, but it is just one of dozens of shady deals by Trump's family and close associates to get rich from the presidency." A significant number of FIFA members raised concerns from the initial leak of the plan, questioning how such thorough ideas could be developed unilaterally without prior consultation. Despite FIFA maintaining throughout that there would be a proper consultation period, there were major questions about how that could be achieved when potential investors were already lined up. UEFA accused FIFA of trying to bribe members with a £30 million, $40 million, incentive to approve Infantino's plan, with a September 19 deadline to respond to the offer. Those plans, though, are now dead in the water after Infantino scrapped them at midnight UK on Saturday. There is growing opposition to Infantino's presidency, with sources telling Daily Mail Sport that CONCACAF nations believe he is losing or has already lost their confidence. Prime Minister Andy Burnham believes Infantino's position is untenable and he is not alone. Speaking to reporters in Sheffield on Friday, Burnham said, "This was an outrageous suggestion. The idea that it could even be brought forward shows that, in my view, he is the wrong man to lead the organization." With the controversy surrounding Infantino, member nations could still trigger a vote of no confidence. The threshold to initiate the process is 46 FIFA member associations. UEFA and their member associations are yet to be drawn on that matter. Infantino is seeking a fourth term in next year's elections. Sepp Blatter, Infantino's predecessor, took to social media to renew his attacks on his successor by writing on Friday evening, FIFA is not a private equity fund. It is an association with statutes, regulations, and a fiduciary responsibility to protect the global game. If you sell football's crown jewels to private investors, you also sell part of the game, especially its soul. Money matters, but it must never become everything.